Life is filled with challenges that test our patience and resilience. We work hard to maintain our happiness, manage stress, and grow as individuals. But one factor can quickly disrupt this balance: dealing with toxic people. Toxic individuals, whether they are in our family, workplace, social circle, or even online, have a unique way of sapping our energy and shifting our focus from positivity to stress. They may be the ones who criticize without reason, demand without gratitude, or manipulate our kindness to suit their own agenda. Often, their actions and words create emotional turmoil, leaving us feeling drained and questioning our own worth. It's essential to remember that you don't have to let toxic individuals control your emotional well-being. Learning how to handle these relationships is about reclaiming your peace and protecting your personal space. Rather than letting their negativity dictate your emotions, you can take steps to manage these interactions in a way that preserves your mental health. Here, we'll explore 9 practical ways to deal with toxic people, providing you with tools to maintain your calm and protect your energy. With the right approach, you'll find it possible to manage these relationships without sacrificing your compassion or kindness. Let's understand the various ways to deal with such toxic people. The first step in handling toxic people is recognizing them for who they are. Toxic individuals often reveal themselves through patterns that drain your energy or undermine your confidence. Take note of how people make you feel after you interact with them. Do they leave you feeling exhausted, anxious, or questioning your self-worth? Common behaviors to look for include constant criticism, manipulation, dismissiveness, or a tendency to make everything about them. They might subtly, or not so subtly, diminish your achievements, twist your words, or push your boundaries. Awareness is key here. When you identify these patterns, it becomes easier to understand who is contributing positively to your life and who may be subtly sabotaging your peace. Recognizing toxicity isn't about judgment. It's about honesty and self-awareness. By acknowledging the impact that toxic individuals have on you, you give yourself the power to protect your mental and emotional well-being. Once you see these patterns clearly, it's easier to set boundaries, adjust your expectations, and plan interactions in ways that protect your energy. Recognizing toxicity is the first crucial step to freeing yourself from its influence and creating healthier, more supportive relationships. Number 2. Setting boundaries is one of the most powerful tools you have for dealing with toxic people. Boundaries help you define what you will and won't accept, giving you control over how much access others have to your emotional space. Think of boundaries as a form of self-respect rather than a way to exclude or punish others. They're about creating a safe zone where your peace and well-being come first. When setting boundaries, be clear and assertive. Politely but firmly communicate what behaviors or topics are off-limits. For example, if someone repeatedly brings up sensitive topics or criticizes you, let them know that those subjects are no longer open for discussion. It's okay to be direct. Toxic people often test limits, so clarity is essential. Remember, boundaries are only as effective as your willingness to enforce them. If someone crosses a line, don't hesitate to reinforce your stance. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but consistent boundaries help others understand your limits and foster healthier dynamics over time. Ultimately, boundaries are a form of self-care. They allow you to manage interactions in a way that honors your mental and emotional health, keeping you grounded and resilient. With strong boundaries in place, you'll find it easier to handle toxic individuals without sacrificing your own peace. 3. Limit your exposure. Limiting your exposure to toxic individuals can be one of the simplest yet most effective ways to protect your peace. While it may not always be possible to completely avoid them, especially if they're coworkers, family members, or close friends, you can control how much time and energy you invest in these relationships. If you're dealing with a toxic coworker, try to keep interactions strictly professional. Focus on work-related topics, avoid personal discussions, and politely decline invitations that aren't necessary for your role. Similarly, if a friend or family member constantly brings negativity into conversations, consider reducing the frequency of meetups. You don't need to justify yourself. Preserving your energy is a valid reason. To protect your well-being, start by prioritizing who you spend your time with. Surround yourself with those who uplift and support you, and limit interactions with those who drain or upset you. Think of it as giving yourself permission to create a healthier social environment. You'll likely notice that spending less time around toxic people allows you to feel more energized, focused, and at peace. Remember, limiting exposure doesn't mean you're cutting people off entirely. It's about making intentional choices to protect your mental and emotional health. By doing so, you're setting a powerful precedent that your energy and peace are worth safeguarding. 5. Prioritize self-care. Dealing with toxic people can take a toll on your mental and emotional health, which is why prioritizing self-care is essential. Toxic interactions can leave you feeling drained, stressed, or even questioning your worth, so it's crucial to have a reliable toolkit for recharging and restoring your balance. Consider incorporating practices that help you relieve stress and boost your resilience. Activities like meditation and mindfulness can calm your mind and help you approach challenges with greater clarity. Physical exercise, whether it's a walk in nature, yoga, or a workout at the gym, can release tension and lift your mood. Journaling is another powerful tool. It allows you to process your thoughts and feelings, gaining perspective on the situations that trigger you. Spending time with positive, supportive people also helps to counterbalance the negativity from toxic interactions. Loved ones can remind you of your value and offer encouragement, making it easier to stay centered and grounded. Taking care of yourself isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity when dealing with difficult people. When you consistently nurture your mental and emotional health, you build inner strength, making you less susceptible to the impact of toxic behavior. By prioritizing self-care, you create a buffer that helps you handle these challenges with confidence and composure, ensuring that your well-being remains intact regardless of external negativity. 6. Keep conversations short and focused. One effective strategy for managing interactions with toxic people is to keep conversations short and focused. Toxic individuals often attempt to drag out discussions, pulling you into lengthy exchanges or emotional debates in an effort to wear you down or manipulate your responses. By keeping conversations brief and to the point, you maintain control over the interaction and protect yourself from unnecessary stress. When dealing with a toxic person, focus only on what's necessary, stick to relevant topics, and avoid wandering into personal or emotionally charged discussions. If they try to steer the conversation into sensitive territory or bring up unrelated issues, redirect back to the main point or politely excuse yourself. Remember, the goal is not to engage deeply but to communicate what's essential and then move on. Keeping conversations short also helps you maintain emotional distance, making it less likely that you'll be drawn into their drama or negativity. By staying concise and objective, you create a boundary that limits their influence over your time and energy. This approach subtly reinforces that your interactions will be professional, focused, and drama-free, which often discourages further attempts to draw you into long, draining exchanges. Short, focused conversations help you conserve your energy and ensure that interactions with toxic individuals remain manageable, allowing you to maintain your peace of mind and keep your priorities in check. 7. Seek support from others. Facing toxic situations can be overwhelming, and it's important to remember that you don't have to handle them on your own. Seeking support from trusted friends, family members, or even a professional counselor can make a significant difference in managing these difficult dynamics. When you talk to someone who understands and cares, you give yourself the space to process your emotions in a safe, judgment-free environment. Sharing your experiences can also lighten the emotional load, helping you feel more grounded and less isolated. The people close to you may also offer fresh perspectives or practical advice that you hadn't considered. Sometimes, an outside viewpoint can reveal alternative ways to respond to toxic individuals or suggest strategies for creating stronger boundaries. If the situation feels especially complex or damaging, a counselor or therapist can provide expert guidance and emotional tools to help you build resilience and maintain your well-being. Support networks remind you that you're not alone and that you have people in your corner who want to see you thrive. Knowing this can restore your confidence, making it easier to approach toxic interactions with clarity and strength. Leaning on others during challenging times is not a sign of weakness but rather an act of self-compassion and care. With a supportive network, you're better equipped to face toxic people and preserve your peace of mind. 8. Practice emotional detachment. Practicing emotional detachment can be a powerful tool when dealing with toxic people, helping you maintain your calm and resilience without becoming emotionally drained. Emotional detachment doesn't mean shutting down your feelings. Rather, it's about creating a mental buffer that prevents toxic words or actions from deeply impacting you. Toxic individuals often act out of their own unresolved issues, insecurities, or frustrations, and their behavior is more a reflection of them than of you. When you're faced with negativity or manipulation, remind yourself that their actions are not personal. By taking a step back emotionally, you can observe their behavior without absorbing it. This detachment allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, helping you stay grounded and in control of your emotions. It can be helpful to think of emotional detachment as a shield that guards your inner peace. By maintaining this shield, you're less likely to internalize hurtful comments or get drawn into unnecessary conflicts. Instead, you can focus on what truly matters, letting their negativity pass without affecting your well-being. Emotional detachment takes practice, but over time, it enables you to engage with toxic individuals from a place of strength rather than vulnerability. This mindset not only protects your energy but also helps you navigate challenging interactions with a sense of calm and clarity, keeping your focus on maintaining your own mental and emotional health. 9. Consider cutting ties when necessary. In some cases, despite your best efforts to manage toxic relationships, the emotional toll may become too significant to ignore. When a person's negativity and harmful behavior consistently undermine your mental health, it may be time to consider cutting ties. This decision can be incredibly challenging, especially if the individual is someone you care about deeply, such as a family member, longtime friend, or colleague. However, prioritizing your well-being is essential for your overall happiness and personal growth. Ending a toxic relationship is not a sign of weakness. It's an act of self-preservation and empowerment. Before making this decision, take time to reflect on the impact the relationship has on your life. Consider whether attempts to set boundaries or engage constructively have led to positive changes. If they haven't, it may be time to acknowledge that the situation is unlikely to improve. When you choose to distance yourself, be firm and clear about your reasons, but also compassionate in your approach. You don't owe anyone an explanation beyond stating that you need to prioritize your mental health. Cutting ties can lead to newfound freedom, allowing you to focus on relationships that uplift and support you. Ultimately, your mental and emotional health should always come first. By recognizing when it's time to let go, you're taking a crucial step towards creating a healthier, more positive environment for yourself. Final thoughts. Dealing with toxic people can be incredibly challenging, but remember that they don't have to dictate your peace of mind. By implementing strategies like setting clear boundaries, practicing self-care, and limiting your exposure to negativity, you can effectively manage your interactions while safeguarding your mental and emotional well-being. It's essential to remind yourself that you are not obligated to absorb someone else's toxicity. Empower yourself to cultivate a positive space around you by focusing on relationships that uplift and inspire you. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage your growth and support your journey. Your well-being is paramount, and investing in healthy connections will enhance your overall happiness. If you found these tips helpful and want to explore more strategies for personal growth and emotional resilience, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We regularly share insightful content designed to empower you in navigating life's challenges. Join our community of like-minded individuals dedicated to fostering positivity and well-being. Your journey toward a more fulfilling life starts with the choices you make today. Let's work together to create an environment where you can thrive, free from the weight of toxic influences. Subscribe now and take the first step toward embracing a healthier, more joyful existence.